Kadosh Boker Or Mishna Yomi Masechet Metzia Perek Bet. The second chapter we are Mishna Chet and Tet. Mishna 8 and 9. Yeah, Matzah Sfarim. If you're going to find books, which are talking about obviously religious books, Koreh Bahen Achat L'Shoshim Yom. So you have to read them once every 30 days to air them out. Meaning, if you're going to find a sefer and you're just going to leave it there to, to collect dust, it's going to ruin it. So you have to read it once every 30 days. Now, let's say you don't know how to read it. So go lelan. Roll them once every 30 days. Yeah, roll them from one place to another. But don't start learning them right for the first time. Right? Why? Because then, right, if it's going to keep open for too long, it might damage it. Anymore. Nobody else can read with you as well. But that again will cause it to be damaged. Okay, but each one takes it to his direction, right, and then it could get damaged. Matzak suit. If you found also a garment, the same thing. Shake it out. Right? Once every 30 days. Or you spread it out for its own benefit. You can't spread it out for your own benefit. Meaning that, they would spread it out. They say, oh, look at his clothing. Look, don't spread it out for your benefit, for only the benefit of the clothing. Silver or copper utensils. Use them for their needs. What does that mean? They shouldn't get ruined. But not to come and wear them down. If it's gold and glass, these things don't get ruined. So don't touch it until Yomi comes. Again, we're talking about that you found these utensils. So therefore, if you're just going to leave it in a certain, it's going to get ruined, damaged. So therefore, we want to make sure that you're always going to preserve the utensil in order to give it back to your friend. If you find a sack, a container, an object, right? Again, it's not the practice to pick it up, right? Because it's not his derech, it's not like it's a so don't do it. Meaning that if it's not going to be his kavod to pick it up, so therefore it's too embarrassing for him to pick it up. So therefore, right, he's not going to come and he's not going to pick it up. This was the positive. This was the positive command in the negative command. If you remember, we said that since we said the entire concept was about how do you call this? About that if it's not going to be kvodod, like for example, let's say it's a tamid chacham or a zaken, and therefore what happens is the elderly person or the tamid chacham, and therefore you see something and it's not his kavod to come and to pick it up. So therefore, again, in any of these things, right? Again, he does not need to pick it up because it's going to overpower, right? Gadol kvod habriot, that's going to be doche this lo ta'aseh. Okay, that was going to be Mishnah 8. Okay, Mishnah 9. Okay, ezohi aveda. What exactly is considered now an aveda? What is considered a lost animal? Right? So let's say matzah hamor, found a hamor, right? Or para, or you found a para. You're roim baderech. Some they're grazing on the path. Enzo aveda. That's not an aveda. Why? Because he probably left them there to graze. Next time you see a hamor, that is lost. Who ever told you? Hamor v'kelav afuchin. But if you find a hamor, but the utensils, meaning its gear, it's out of place. Or, for example, you find a para, but it's running between the vineyards. Like, well, what's going on? It's going to get bruised. That's an avida. Because it's not normal for it to be there. If you just stop grazing, listen, the animals probably took it there, the owners, and that's it. Hechzira u'baracha, hechzira baracha. How many times do you have to return it? Imagine, it ran away, you bring it back. Runs away again, bring it back. How many times? Afilu arba'a v'chamisha pe'amim chayav lachzira. You still have to do it even 4 or 5 times. Shneimar hashev teshivem. You're obligated to give it back. Right? Okay, fine. What happens now? Ya batel nisela. What if he stopped his job? Now, he was always earning a sela for his job. Lo yomar lo teli sela. You can't come and tell him, listen, give me a sela. And on until scharo kepol batel. He only could take like a poel batel. So, for example, he's a top-notch doctor or lawyer, and he's making, I don't know how much an hour. All of a sudden now, this is what I get paid per hour, and it took me an hour to take back this thing and to find you and to give it back to you. No, poel batel. I could only charge you what a poel batel is. If there's badin, matne bifne betin, he could actually declare it in front of the badin that he's only willing to return it only if he's going to be compensated for his entire loss, and then in returns he actually does get the full value. But if there's no bedin, right? So obviously, you can't do it then. You can't make such a declaration. So he says, so shelo kodem. So therefore, his own financial concerns come before others, and therefore he doesn't have to take off his job to return the last time. Because if there's no bedin, he can't make the condition. And if he can't make the condition, what? He's going to lose a seller to give back something. It just doesn't make sense. So therefore, he's allowed to do it even without that.